The Bills didn't make any effort to be balanced whatsoever. They didn't attempt a rush in the first quarter. I think their running backs wound up with a total of 9 carries. I'll grab the number here for you in a second. Can they beat Kansas City if they're going to be one-dimensional that way?
I don't think so. I mean, last week they won, but they only scored 10 points. And I understand there was some weather was part of the problem, and the Ravens defense is really tough. But this week they're going to have to figure out a way to run the ball, and I think that's by letting Josh Allen, a.k.a. Debo, be the centerpiece of their running game. That big, strong man is just as big and strong as any running back that they have, and he gives them the numbers advantage. So I expect them to do design runs with him and him to be comfortable just scrambling and making plays. He's a super effective passer, but I think this week they're going to have to pull out all the stops and allow him also to be the great runner that he is.
Yeah, last week, I have the number here now, Damien Woody, the Buffalo Bills running backs had 9 carries for 29 yards. Is that a formula that they can win with this weekend, D. Wood?
The formula is, Rob, what got you to this point, Greeny, and that's Josh Allen. You know, the Buffalo Bills has never been a running juggernaut this whole season, but what has been is the right arm of Josh Allen, utilizing both his arm and his legs, and using the weapons on the outside. You know, the running game can come in different forms. It's not always about just turning around and handing the ball off to running backs. It can be, screen type passes, quarterback design runs. There are different ways that you can manufacture a quote unquote a running game. But ultimately, this falls on Josh Allen, and Coach McDermott said, right, this is his moment right now. This is his opportunity to get to the Super Bowl.
What do you think, Lewis? What do you see in this young quarterback and this offense against Kansas City?
Look, I think the name of the game is going to be efficiency. It's going to be efficiency on third down and efficiency in the red zone. And we know that in those two areas, this team has been absolutely deadly, in particular in the red zone. It's going to be about coming up with 7 instead of coming up with 3 once they get down into the scoring zone. That's what they have to do. They have to score points. They don't necessarily, I believe, have to worry about, okay, well, now all of a sudden we're going to become this 60-40 run-pass balance. That's just not, or 50-50. That's just not who they are. That's not who Brian Daboll is. That's not how this offense is constructed. This offense is constructed through being a very much so spread type of attack that can hit you with the short passing game and kill you with catch-and-run situations with Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley, or they can go up over top of you with Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, and just absolutely gut you that way. And then the ad-lib stuff with Josh outside the pocket, throwing the football on the run, and his threat as a runner himself. They're going to have to stay true to who they are, and that's what they will do. They're highly motivated. This young man has put in a lot of work this offseason through a lot of different avenues in order to get himself to this point. And even more importantly for this team, defensively, they're going to have to come up with one more stop than Kansas City's defense comes up with. I'd expect this to be a game that easily is in the 30s in terms of scoring for both teams. And the defense that comes up with the critical stop at the critical moment will win the game.
I get it. And I want to come back to this a little later, though, because I want to push back a bit. One of the things I keep hearing all of you guys tell me is that the time of possession and ball control is going to be critical for any team that's going to knock Kansas City out. That always, to me, means you got to run the football at least a little. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.